What could be the root cause we feel we are stuck in life? Why we are not able to find any kind of support or any kind of guidance? Why nothing comes up in our way? And why we try to solve each and every problem but still everything has the same thing? Why the problems are not being resolved? Why we feel like we try harder but destiny is not getting changed? Why it happens every time? And why we are not able to change our situation, change our life, change our destiny? Why the problems keep repeating same again and again and again? What could be the root cause of all these kind of things? And why it feels like it's out of realm when we keep trying again and again and again and keep resolving all kind of problems that we already had been facing from the dawn of the time, and we are not able to overcome from all these situations? What could be the reason behind this? Like every time we spend time with ourselves, every time we reflect about the problems, every time we sometimes make a plans and work for the problems too, and still it feels like the problem is not getting resolved. But for a formal basis, it feels like everything is getting fine. Now we got rid of from this problem. Now there is nothing to work on this. We can focus on another thing because we have so many things in our life. We have so many goals in our life. We have so many problems to resolve in our life. Like we have our relationship, we have our career, we have our friendship, we have our so many another longings that we really have to complete, that we were chasing for. We have our spiritual goal, we have our fitness goal, we have our financial goals, and everything comes with different kind of problems, and everything comes with different kind of solutions too. But still, why we keep stuck in the same kind of problem? Why we are not graduating from these kind of situations? What could be the root cause of this? The main cause is we have our perception. Two kind of perception we have about the situation. First, we can't do anything, nothing is coming in our way, and we don't know how to do, what to do, and when to do. And another kind of perception is everything is alright, life is going great. Nature is helping us and nature is showing us the way, and nature will show us the way. Sometimes we contemplate about this thing and we avoid the things and we move on. And the moment we move on, for temporary basis, it feels like it's getting alright, and time is a healer of everything, and we started working on the another things and we avoid rest of the problem because we started feeling good. We just soothe ourselves by doing different kind of activities. We just soothe ourselves by just having a good food in a restaurant, by having good conversation with the friends, by playing certain kind of games, by doing the shopping. We try different activities, we soothe ourselves, and we feel like it's okay, everything will be alright. I did what I could have done in that situation. We always do these kind of things in second category. And in first category, we are not able to do anything because we don't have any idea, we don't have the guidance, we don't have the support. Even we don't even know what the problem exactly is and what could be the root cause of that thing. And in this second scenario, we know like this can be the problem, and the solutions we really don't have any idea, but whatever visible to us, we do that thing. And after that, still there is so much to work on this, but we don't have any idea, and we try to soothe ourselves. We try to put the ailment on our wounds that only heals us in a formal basis, and the wound remain the same and nothing changes. Like it happens with so many people. It happens with me as well. Like the kind of things I've mentioned, I used to do. Still, I used to do all these kind of things. Like, I have a problem, like, I still have a problem. I couldn't well get along with my managers. I couldn't find that stability. I couldn't find that particular person with whom I can share my life. Like, these are the kind of problems. And we all must have same kind of problems, or maybe we have different kind of problems too. But the thing is, I know what can be done in this situation. I know what is in my control. But the thing is, how to do the things, no one knows. Even you don't know, even I don't know. And it only can be happened when we embrace the reality. There are so many factors that we really have no idea about those, because we didn't even try to know about all these factors. We don't even try to explore these factors. We even haven't spent some time with ourselves. And whenever we spend some time, we all have our different problems. It's not over yet. We spend time with ourselves sometimes. Sometimes we consider, by having the great input from the great people on the YouTube or from the books, we spend some time, like I spend some time. And what happens at that time, whenever I spend time with myself, two things happens. Thoughts started chasing me. Different kind of thoughts started being spiral in my mind. And I overcome from one thought, then another thought comes up. Again, I confront with one thought, again another thought comes up. This thing happens. And whenever I manage to be with myself, then there are certain kind of distraction comes up. Certain kind of calls from friend, calls from interview, calls from different kind of companies, or so on. It happens with us. Sometimes we try to spend time with ourselves, we have to confront with our thoughts, and we have so many things in our mind. We tend to forget everything, but still there is so much in our mind. Our mind is hardly wired to remember everything, and it is one of the most biggest problem. We remember everything. Sometimes random thought comes up from that random memory, from that random experience that we already have lived, and there is no connection of that moment with this present. But still our mind makes us remind that incident and makes us to think about that incident without any rhymes and reasons. Sometimes it is considered to spend time with ourselves, to reflect on ourselves. But sometimes for some people, or maybe including me as well, I would include me, like idle mind is a devil's workshop. It is said that. And it works in some cases. Being in the present is a kind of a skill, and it takes the whole life. And whenever we are the master in that skill, then there's nothing that comes up in our way. There's nothing that can get in our way to embrace that reality, to know about our reality. But the thing is, it's hard not to crack to be in the present. It's hard not to crack to get rid of all kind of thoughts. Still, there would be some thought in our mind. Even we are capable to get rid of our negative thoughts. We have to replace negative thought with a positive thoughts. And sometimes there are so many things that we really need to acknowledge that may be negative. The whole life we keep pretending that our life is great, and my life is on a roll, and I'm turning around my life. We keep believing in this thing because there is a power in our belief, there is a power in our perception. But the problem is, perception is not a reality. It's just isn't. It's just our current perception about this reality that we are perceiving right now. But just by having perception, life doesn't change. But when we work on the things, when we embrace that reality, first of all, when we aware about the reality, like this is the thing, like I'm lacking in this thing, I'm not working for the thing, I'm keep fleeing away from the situation, I'm just pretending that everything is all right, I'm not embracing my reality. That's why the things don't change. And this thing happens with me, this thing happens with you, this thing happens with everyone. And we not are immune from this problem. Because there are two ways to live the life. First is we always keep considering the negative side of everything. And we always keep considering the positive side of everything. But there's a need to acknowledge the negative side. There's a need to work on the positive side as well, so that we could feel relief, so that we could get that kind of courage and power to work on the negative things as well, to work on the negative aspects as well. Negative aspect always considered just because there's a need to work on this. It's not just because we are not able to do the things. It is a signal that makes us to work on the things. Negative side always try to keep us alive, always try to transform our life. The moment we keep ignoring the negative side, we can't work in our life, we can't transform our life, we can't even make something gigantic, something meaningful in our life. This is the main problem that we normally deal. We consider that negative side, we need to escape from that. Negative side affects our mind, affects our reality, and it creates our negative reality. But there is something we need to acknowledge. There is something we need to work on. But there is something we need to neglect that as well. Like if I'm looking for a particular kind of job, if I'm not able to get along with my managers or with my bosses, or if I'm not able to find the love of my life, or whatever the problem is, the thing is, what could be the root cause? For the first problem, I'm just having an example. For the first problem, why I'm not able to get along with my managers, the thing is, we have different perceptions. He has different way to work, and I have different way to get the things done. And we have to find that kind of point, that balancing point, where actually we could see and eye to eye with each other. And if I'm given the numbers, if I'm contributing in the organization by using its own method, by applying my own methods and making the combination of great methodology, then chances are there I'd be able to work with him. I'd be able to have a good relationship with him. The main thing is everyone wants a number. Everyone wants that targets should meet by everyone. And when it comes to the second problem, why people are not able to find the love of their life, the thing is, either their expectations are inflated, or they settle down with very less. They want to be with every person. They are looking for someone that could heal their wound, that could fill their gap, or they just fed up by being alone. The thing is, in first scenario, they need to adjust their expectations. They need to find the perfection in imperfection. No one is perfect. Everyone has certain kind of flaws, but everyone has certain kind of trait as well. We even not are perfect. Even we don't have any kind of perfection. We are imperfectly perfect. There are so many things we need to work. But if we keep considering that we don't need to work on ourselves, but we need someone that should be perfect, that should be making that much amount of money, that should be in a particular kind of industry, that should be in a particular kind of position. And if we keep considering this thing, or if we keep looking for someone that doesn't have any kind of wound, that doesn't have any kind of gap, and that person would heal us or would fulfill our own happiness, would make us feel fulfilled, then things don't work. And if we keep attracting the people, or sometimes we get the partner, but we settle down with less. But the thing is, the moment we try to fill our wound by another person, the moment we put the responsibility on another person to fill our wounds, to fill our gaps, the moment we put that person responsible for any kind of happiness, for our peace, for our harmony, we actually make authorized to that person to steal our capability to deal with the problems, to steal our capability to create our own happiness, to create our own harmony. We make that person capable to steal our capability to resolve our problems and to work for our lives. And we even lose our independence as well, because we are not self-sufficient. We are not fulfilled because we consider we are not fulfilled. But the thing is, we are fulfilled, but there is a need to fulfill ourselves. The thing that we are looking for the people, looking from the people, we need to fulfill those things by ourselves. And once we are capable, we automatically attract that person that is for us. What we need to become that person, the kind of change we are looking for the world, the same kind of change we have to become, or else nothing would happen. Or if you are in a good luck and finally you found the love of your life, and the thing is, you would end up with nothing. That person would have certain kind of wounds, that person would have the gaps and the very kind of expectation that person would have with you too. And if you both have the wounds, if you both have the gaps, if you both have something that is missing, then who would actually complete each other? Then nothing would happen, and both would end up with nothing, and you would separated in the end. And that the only thing would happen. And somehow you another have good scenario, and you attracted that person who doesn't have any kind of wound, who doesn't have any kind of gap, and who lives the free life. But the thing is, that person would fed up after a particular period of time, because that person feel worn out, that person feel drained after keep taking care of your life, keep taking care of your responsibility, keep solving the problems for you. That person wouldn't be able to solve its own problem. That person wouldn't be able to work for its masses. The main problem would be. And after that, that person would leave you, and think again you would be in that situation. Again, you would keep looking for that person, and this cycle won't never end. So the best case scenario is, if you are looking for the person that would heal you, then you only have the capability, and you are the only person that can heal yourself. If you are looking for a person that may give you the love, first of all, you have to give love to yourself. You have to be in a good relationship with yourself. You have to be comfortable with yourself. You have to fall in love with yourself again and again and again. And every time you have to find a new reason. Once you are comfortable with yourself, you will automatically find that person who's looking for you. And that person may find you as well. So there are so many scenarios. But if you are looking for healment, if you are looking for peace from another person, you won't be able to get it. But you are the only person who has the solutions of everything. But the thing is, it only happens when we find the root cause of the problem. What is the reason? Like when I found this thing in me, then I decided I'd become that person that wouldn't have any kind of wound, any kind of gap. That person wouldn't be living in the past. That person would live in the present. That person wouldn't be living in any kind of delusion or dreamland. That person would be living in a reality. That person wouldn't be looking for any person that would make me happy, that would make me in harmony, that would make me content and would bring abundance in my life. I'm working on this thing, and everything that I was looking for another person, that I'm creating all these things. I'm not saying that I've done everything. Nope. It's a whole life journey. But I'm aware, I'm getting aware, but there's a lot more things to know about myself. There are a lot more things to explore about myself. And once I get the reality, once I get the root cause of everything, then the first thing would happen, the change would happen. Embracing the reality is the key of change. Embrace it and become that change. And I'm trying to become that change. But the thing is, everything should be done in its time. Otherwise, the ship has sailed. The clocks are ticking. We don't have 200 years to find the solutions of our life. There will be a lot more things in our life that would come up. There will be a lot more problems that would be gigantic, that would be huge. And we will have to work on all these kind of problems too. We can't accept living the same kind of life. We shouldn't accept living the same kind of life by dealing with same kind of problems. We only can heal ourselves. We only can find the solutions of ourselves. But the thing is, we'd have to capable to work on our thoughts. We'd have to capable to go under the hood of all our problems. We'd have to capable to overcome from all these kind of thoughts, and we'd have to get the capability to be in the present by getting rid of all kind of thoughts. There are so many techniques, and if one thing doesn't work, try another thing. I'm not gonna suggest try meditation. I'm not gonna suggest do the meaningful work. I'm not gonna suggest anything. Not every techniques work for every person. Even there are so many techniques I do on a daily basis. I do meditation, I do gratitude, I use affirmations, I do all the positive self-talk, but thing normally doesn't happen. Just because sometimes we need to confront with that thing. Sometimes we need to work on that thing. And when our thoughts and actions align, then things happen. Then manifestations materialized. Otherwise, nothing happens. Nothing can happen. We can keep daydreaming. We can keep hoping throughout the whole life that something will happen, some miracle will happen, but nothing will happen until we work on the things, until we actually take the charge of the things, until we are embrace everything by showing that bravery, that there's something in ourselves, there's a problem with me. Like if I'm fleeing away from the situation, then I'm fleeing away from the situation. We have to embrace that. If we actually are not able to focus on the things, then we don't have the focus. We have to embrace that. If we don't put 100% effort on everything, then we have to accept that we don't put 100% effort on everything. If we are getting distracted, then we are getting distracted. We have to embrace that. Once we know our problem and its symptoms, we automatically work on all the symptoms bit by bit. It is necessary to accept the reality. Reality can only be customized by working on the real reality, and it only can be customized when we know the reality. We need to accept that, but we should have the capability that right now I have these problems, but I have the capability to work on the things, and I'm working on the things. It doesn't mean that if you have accepted everything, then keep living your whole life with that reality and even don't try to fix this. We have to fix this because we only can fix this. No one gonna fix this for us. No one has the call. Everyone has so many problems in its life. Everyone has so many things to do on its plate. There are so many priorities in everyone's life. Person can be with you for a particular period of time, but person plays a role in your life, and that person has to go because that person has to play the role in so many lives. The person has so many relationships. That person has so many more things. The person has to make balance between the work, between the life, between the relationship, between the friendship, between the goal, between the fitness. So many things everyone has. So if we keep looking the things from the people, and if we keep trying everything without even know whether this thing actually is for us or not. And we keep doing these kind of things. We won't be able to find the solutions until we know about our problems. We should know about our problems. What are the factors that always revoke you to do the things? Do we procrastinate the thing? Do we have the courage to do the things? Do we feel overwhelmed? And do we react quickly? Or do we actually try to do the things or not? Or are we comfortable to do the challenging things or not? Or how much confident we feel? Do we feel any kind of confidence when we try to do the things? Are we waiting for the motivation, or we have the capability to do everything no matter how we feel? Keep trying for the things without any kind of motivation. There are so many factors in everything. Once we figure out all these kind of factors, once we figure out like these were the problems and I didn't do anything in that thing, what could have done in that situation, and what I should do right now if this thing happens with me again, or this thing would happen in the future, what would I do in that situation? So we have to figure out this thing so that we could actually reflect our life, so that we could actually take the charge of our life, so that we could actually make that change, make that transformation that necessary for us. Otherwise, the life would become like a bland food. But life is so flavorful, and keep this flavor alive. Life is like a fresh flower. Don't consider it like it's a stale. It's not a stale like a food. It's a fresh flower. Keep it fresh, maintain this freshness, and relish the life. Embrace the change. Work for that change. Be true to yourself, and we have to be comfortable. Be true to ourselves. Once we've got the nerve to accept whatever it is in ourselves, once we have learned to embrace all the flaws that in ourselves and started working on the things, 50% of the work we already have done. And rest of the 50% won't take that much time. The only thing was, keep looking for that is in you, that may hurt you, that may revoke you, that actually create the obstacle in your way. You have to embrace that thing. All the changes in our life in the beginning are hard, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. Once we graduate from first two scenarios, from the beginning and from the middle part, and in the end, we'll actually be thanking ourselves. We'll be actually be feeling grateful towards ourselves because we made that courage. We took that decision, and finally, we've overcome from our life problems. We've overcome from all these bad situations. Now we feel confident, and now we are prepared to deal with anything, whatever life throws on us. It automatically brings the confidence. It automatically makes you audacious. It makes you feel that you are resilient. And that's how the life works. But the thing is, removing the clutter and embracing the things, these are true requirements to change the life. And it is the only way that life can be changed. The life only can be changed when we notice, when we figure out. But the thing is, action should align with our thoughts. And when action aligns, then things happen. And we only have the thoughts, we don't do anything, then nothing will happen. No affirmation gonna work, no manifestations gonna work. But there is third scenario as well. Sometimes things take time. It may be more, it may be less. We have to trust on ourselves. We have to trust on that power, on that divine power. Then things work. Once we embrace the reality, we've started working on the reality, and we found every area, and bit by bit we keep working on that area, and we have to accept that it's okay, I've taken the charge, I'm working on the things, and things are getting right. If it takes time, then it will be perfect. At least I'm confronting with my problems, and the time will comes up, then I'd be able to feel that everything is resolved. Now I'm in harmony. Now I'm actually in that peace, in that serenity. Ecstasy would automatically come, but we have to feel that content at that time. We have to feel that contentful that time. We don't have to lose our happiness even in that time, even if the things are getting resolved or not getting resolved. We have to keep looking for our happiness. Then it automatically gives you the courage, gives you the inspiration for keep working on the things. But when we lose ourselves, when we lose our heart, then things become more arduous, and sometimes it feels like these are out of will, and we are not able to overcome from situations and working through our problems. Don't put yourself in that situations. I'd like to say that remove that word impossible or out of will from your life. Just keep working on the things. Have the courage to accept that brutal truths of your life, and then work on your life. Find the areas, focus on one thing, and after working on one thing, try another things, then try another things, and have some patience that everything would work. But everything works based on your capability, how much capable we are to overcome from the thing, how much capable we are to learn the things quickly, how much capable we are to unlearn everything, because it's hard not to crack to unlearn. Learning is a different thing. Learning can be done, but unlearning no one easily can do. That's the main problem. We have to learn unlearning too, and once we start unlearning the things, then rest of the 50% work is done, and the life actually comes up the kind of life we are looking for. And that's the whole way to live the wonderful life, to transform the life, to change your life, to change your reality. And somehow I've found it, and I'm just trying to work on the things. I'm just trying to overcome from my situations. We all have messes, but the thing is, how do we perceive the life? How do we take the things? It depends on us. Keep working on the things. Keep embracing the things. The moment you embrace yourself, embrace your reality, it's the first step, not only to work on the change, but it's the first step to embrace yourself the way you are. And it's the first step to love to yourself. And love to yourself, take care of yourself, take care of your reality, take care of your life, and keep working on the things, and don't lose heart. That's all I've got to say about this. Bring the smiles on everyone's face. Make the world a better place to live. Signing off, Vivek Kumar, your buddy. Bye bye.